And the result of men not knowing how to deal with their emotions is more men self-unaliving, more men like abusing substances, more men doing like reckless emotional activities such as all forms of violent crimes. Adrian, thank you so much for that hat a mustache. We already went over them all: homicide, mass shooting, school shootings, domestic violence, domestic assault, animal abuse, animal abuse, child abuse. I just let you talk for so long. Arson, kidnapping, and like the other 20 I listed off. This is also what's going to be indicative of things such as higher rates of like drunk driving and reckless driving, gambling, other risk-taking activities within men. I mean, Big Mouth Head, thank you for that panther paw. It's just like, I just destroyed your argument with your argument.
Saying you destroyed an argument doesn't mean that you destroyed an argument. That's just
right? No, saying that I destroyed an argument didn't make me destroy the argument. It's the way in which I destroyed it. By using your statement that men bottle up their emotions is further justification for men not being able to deal or process or cope with their emotions better than women do.
What would you say
right?
is the difference?
And using it to push against the narrative that women are more emotional.
What would you say?
The sad fact of reality is that women are not more emotional. Women just know how to deal with their emotions better. And like what supports this is everything I went over with the violent crimes, everything I went over with the suicide rates and with the substance abuse rates. Like everything, man. I gave you 25 data points.
What's the difference between a leader and a boss?
What's the difference between a leader and a boss?
Yes. What is the difference between a leader and a boss?
Yeah, so I think a leader is going to be like more of a philosophical word used to describe one that conveys a message to many, right? And then a boss is going to be a type of like archetype or sub-archetype to describe like a structure within a company, right?
Yeah. So essentially, a leader is someone that people follow because they made their own point to follow that person because they saw them as a strong point. A boss is someone who takes control, who tells a person what to do and what not to do. A leader is somebody they follow unwillingly because they understand that this person is a good person to follow.
Right. So what what necessary traits do men have that make them a good person to follow that women lack? Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. What like necessary attributes do only men have that women don't have that make men better to follow? That necessary, sorry, not better, necessary to follow.
Okay. Let's look at almost all the jobs that are in the workforce that men have been in right now. Let's talk about plumbers. Let's talk about technicians. Let's talk about all this stuff. Let's talk about people that are on the skyscrapers. I'm talking about people that literally are doing all the hard things because it can support a family. They care more.
Bowman,
so listen,
this isn't going to be the cause.
I'm still going to keep on talking.
I know. I'm just going to spell this out for you really simply, right? So this isn't the cause of this belief that men must be the leader. Excuse me. So like this idea of like men working the hard jobs isn't the cause of the belief that you hold that men are the necessary leaders or similar traditional values. It is the result of the belief you hold that men must be the necessary leaders or similar traditional values, right? So like men aren't doing all these hard jobs and then the traditional values follow. Men are doing the hard jobs because of the traditional values, because of like this societal conditioning put on us, right? Because of these traditional beliefs that say that women are supposed to stay at the home and raise the kids, cook, clean, and do the laundry while the man goes out and like provides and protects, right? So like this isn't the cause, it's the result. So tell me what the cause is by answering my question, right? So name the cause. What like innate attributes do men have that women don't that cause them to be the necessary leaders?
So I thought we'd be able to pause every time we're talking. Can you hear me?
I can. Answer my question, please.
So I'm not going to answer your question because you interrupted me. First of all. Second of all, I didn't finish off my point.
Bro, we already went through this. This isn't the cause of your beliefs and other traditional values. It's the result of them.
I didn't finish off what I was saying with a question. So it wasn't your turn to talk.
Nice deflection. Dude, we already went over this.
You interrupted me And
Bowman,
you interrupted me, and
you
now
see,
I'm.
you're a really emotional man. Honestly, like if you want to have like a coherent understanding of what I'm talking about when I say men are more emotional than women, look in a mirror, right? Look in a mirror, right? So, anyways, like yeah, men working these hard jobs isn't the cause of these like of this societal conditioning, these traditional norms, and the belief in which you hold. It's the result of them. So now, actually, answer my question for like my fifth time asking, right?
Dude, I'm not gonna. Listen,
What like innate traits do only
Dean,
men have that cause them to be the
Dean,
necessary leaders?
Dean. I didn't finish off my point, and I'm gonna continue to talk to you until you allow me to finish off.
No, I'm gonna give you like one last chance, Bowman, to answer the question, right? Stop crying, please. Like, we understand you're an emotional man, but pull it together just a little bit, just a little bit. So go ahead and answer the question, Bowman.
All right. So what was the question again? Since I have to talk to you about what you want to talk about, not what I want to talk about. But okay, let's go.
We could talk about both things. So so I asked you this question, and then you started monologuing about something else. Like this is the only reason I've muted you and kind of like overpowered you in a sense to get an answer, because I did ask this question, and then you just monologued about something completely unrelated. And I'm gonna let you monologue about something completely unrelated after you answer my question. So what innate characteristics do men possess that women don't that cause them to be the necessary leaders?
Being able to do the hard things and not the things that are easy. We are able to do the things that we're.
What is this caused by? Like what in a man's anatomy or biology is this caused by? Like what trait? What biological trait?
I don't need to know the biological trait. I just need to.
Sure you do, because correlation doesn't equal causation. You're making a correlation between men doing the hard things and assuming that men are the only ones that can do the hard things.
I'm telling you.
No, so name the cause. Like this is exactly what I just went over.
I'm telling you.
By you saying, don't interrupt me, right? So by you saying that men could do the hard things and women can't. No, so this isn't a lie. This is an observation of the patriarchy. This is an observation of wide acceptance of traditional norms. Tell me the root cause, because correlation does not equal causation. Tell me the root cause. What biological attributes do men possess that women don't that cause them to be the necessary leaders?
Being able to have less emotional states in their brain.
If men have less emotional states in their brain, why do they self-unalive more and abuse substances more?
There's actually now, if you actually look this up, and you can pretty much type this in, and you can show all of your viewers, you can pretty much look up that there's actually a part of a woman's brain that actually has a part of it that is emotional, and that if you look at a male's brain, they actually have a part of that brain that's actually less diminished than a woman. So it's actually smaller than a woman is. And the reason why is because God...
misinformation.
No, the reason why is because God has put us on this planet to be the leaders.
So what's the part of the brain called?
Dude, if you look it up, you can find it out. I
already have. I've actually already posted videos on this, right? So there's a couple on my page. So the amygdala is going to be like the decision processor and like emotional regulator of the brain. So now listen to me. So like the amygdala is going to be the decision processor and the emotional regulator of the brain. So many tests have been done on sex differences within it, and there's not one clear academic study that outlines women as being more emotional than men. So that's just misinformation.
So you're saying that the part of the brain you're talking about is the amygdala, and the amygdala.
That's not what it's called. Oh my God, it's called the amygdala.
Okay, amygdala. Okay.
No, the amygdala.
Amygdala. I don't fucking care, dude.
Amygdala.
Amygdala. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. You're so funny, dude.
No, you're hilarious. I'm enjoying this. Good, go ahead.
Okay, I promise you, bro.
This is a leader right here, folks. This is a leader right here.
Okay, well that's
this
why
is who should be in charge, right here.
That's literally why everyone's liking my thing. There's a reason why I just been on this thing for 5 minutes. I've had 602. There's a reason.
You've had 602 coins. There's a reason. There is. So now stop.
No, there's a reason why, dude. There's a reason.
I'm gonna get you back on track here, Bowman. Finish your statement about the amygdala. Don't get sidetracked by shiny things that pop up on your screen, right? Who thought I'd be saying this to a grown man in the year 2023? But let's get back on track here. Thank you so much for the Knights helmet. I really appreciate it. Thank
Let
you
me
for the
let me do
fingerprints
my
as well.
let me do my own research since you have all these articles on deck and ready to pretty much debate with everybody on
Thank
because
you for
I'm
the
just
handouts, Girl Blue. So what's your argument here? What were you saying about the amygdala?
I'm looking it up for you. The amygdala is responsible for fear. Is responsible for fear, and you can actually diminish that part of your brain with meditation. You can also diminish that part of the brain with doing exciting things and adrenaline. So like boxing is one of them. Yes, it is.
Not true.
It's a part of the brain that's responsible for fear, and that's a fact.
So what are you getting at here? You said that like men have like different amygdalas than women that cause them to be less emotional?
No, I'm saying that they have a part of their brain, and my freaking internet's not damn on my fucking browser. I'm saying that they
well,
have
man,
a
you can
part
go
of their
just
brain.
here. I have an idea. Do your research and then come back up. I'll let you back up. Go do your research. Appreciate you, Bowman. We're gonna go to move on to the next guest. Like, please, if you're gonna come up here, do your research first. Don't like do your research in the debate in front of like 1,700 people. I don't know. We're going to go to move on to the next guest, y'all. If you guys are enjoying the debates, make sure we're tippity-tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 300,000 likes, y'all. Also, make sure we're hitting that follow button. We're pretty close to 75,000 followers. I appreciate that, Rose. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next guest, y'all. Make sure we're in the guest request. We do think that women require necessary male leadership. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next, y'all. Let's go ahead and see what Stud for Stud has to say. I appreciate that, Earth. Thank you so much, man. What's going on, Stud for Stud? Do you think that women need to be led by men? Thank you for the like, Pop. All right, or just come up here, then go and pause in front of a whole lot of people. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and talk to James, chat. Yeah, he's going to be sitting on Google for the next couple hours. That is true, right? What's going on, James? Do you think that women need to be led by men?
Yo, my bad. Actually, I did not mean to request.
You're all good, man. You're all good. We're going to go and move on to the next guest here. Make sure you only request if you do think that women need to be led by men, y'all. We're just looking for some debates. You know how it goes, baby. Alrighty, y'all. Fortunately, let's go ahead and talk to Laurel here. Let's go ahead and talk to Laurel. First woman of the night, of the night, chat. What's going on, Laurel? Do you think that women need to be led by men?
Hey, well now, right?
Unfortunately, I'm only talking opposition, but I appreciate you for coming up here. We're going to go and talk to this next guest, y'all. Make sure we're only requesting if we do think that women need to be led by men. What's going on, Nazi? Do you think that women need to be led by men?
I don't think none of that.
All right, unfortunately, we're only talking opposition. Only hop on the request if you do find this to be true. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Appreciate you for this cat pause. What's going on, Flavor Music? Do you think that women need to be led by men?
Yes. And I can tell you the reason why.
Oh, that's what I want to hear.
Okay, because a man
Thank you for the GGs.
is the genes of a man, the everything of a man is stronger than a woman. That is why the man has to be the provider for the woman.
What do you mean when you say the genes of a man are stronger than that of a woman?
All the muscles inside is just
muscles.
naturally stronger. If you look at the statistic of the strongest woman out there compared to the strongest man, the man is going to be on the top of the list.
What happens when we look at the statistics of the strongest man compared to the strongest gorilla? Who's on the top of that list?
Yeah, but now that would be another subject. That would be to compare humans to animals.
No, it's a logical analogy. You're saying that like one group of people are like this one group of individuals is like going to be like stronger than another group of individuals. Therefore, they lead them. But then we have this other group of gorillas that's stronger than this other group of humans.
I agree. A gorilla is stronger than a human being.
So let me ask a question: if physical strength determines leadership ability, who's the leader? The President of the United States or the Secret Service?
Who's the leader? It would be the strongest. If you think
the Secret Service is the leader. Right. Sounds good. Okay. That checks out. Definitely checks out. Now, Flavor Music, who's the leader The coach of an NFL football team or the players?
The coach is the leader of the football team.
Oh, well, this is a contradiction because who's stronger?
Yeah, in a form of who is has more knowledge.
Oh, no, this is a new point. So leadership ability is not actually determinate upon strength, but on knowledge now? So
Yeah,
who's smarter, men or women?
It is determined on many things,
Right? So, well, you just said it's determined on knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So women are more knowledgeable than men. So does this mean that, like, men should necessarily be led by women now?
yeah, if the woman is stronger than a man, but there
Oh,
is
wait,
also
now you're pivoting back and forth. Here, let's clean this up. What necessary attributes do men have that women don't that cause the men to be the necessary leaders?
it is because you have strength, then you have knowledge, then you have wisdom, then you have enlightenment, and then you have foreknowledge, and then you
So
have
knowledge, wisdom, enlightenment.
and you have capabilities.
What kind of capabilities? It's so broad.
It is a matter of the man or the woman are capable.
All right, bro. We're just all right. Let's talk about it. So we already talked about the physical strength point. Physical strength is not going to be indicative of leadership ability, and you even conceded to this by saying that the coach of a football team is going to be the leader, irregardless of he's probably like the weakest out of like the players in comparison to himself, right? So then he named off wisdom, knowledge, and what was the third one?
Enlightenment.
Wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment. So would you say that violent crimes are going to be indicative of wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment?
If you think about crimes,
Are they? Yes or no? All right. Are violent crimes like indicative of wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment?
yeah,
Interesting. Is like suicide going to be indicative of wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment?
yeah,
Is substance abuse going to be indicative of wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment?
yeah,
Is genocide, starting genocides, is that going to be indicative of wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment?
yeah.
You're joking, right?
What you mean by the word you use there?
Joking? I mean that you're not telling the truth and being obviously fallacious, because there's no way that you just said suicide, substance abuse, genocide, and violent crimes are like indicative of wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment.
What does that word mean? Indicative.
Okay. You could have asked that before you answered. So, like, would you say that like people who commit violent crimes are very wise, knowledgeable, and enlightened?
No. Of course not. Of course not.
Are people who, I don't know, self-unalive and abuse substances, are they very, like, wise, knowledgeable, and enlightened?
No.
So, okay, yeah. So, anyways, so all of those actions are overwhelmingly committed by men. So, if men are so wise, knowledgeable, and enlightened, then why are the most unwise, unknowledgeable, and definitely not enlightened, like empirical data points of actions, vast majority succumbed to by men?
But what about the woman who commits crimes?
Yeah, they commit them extraordinarily less. Would you say that like emotional intelligence is indicative of like wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment?
Yeah,
And women possess emotional intelligence to a higher degree at all percentiles over men. So it actually seems like right now what we're doing is we're building a case for women having more wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment than men, which would be indicative of them being the necessary leaders.
But not always. It depends.
I appreciate you for coming up. You're kind of killing the views, and you're obviously just kind of confusing me because you're kind of all over the place, but I appreciate you for coming up, man. We're going to move on to the next guest, y'all. If we're enjoying the debates, make sure we're tippity-tapping away in that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 300,000 likes. We may hit a restart. I'm considering a restart because I don't know quite what's going on today. We're gonna be considering a restart here soon. Let's go ahead and get another guest up here though. We may change the topic for like the last hour or so, but we'll go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and get our next guest up here. Let's go ahead and talk to Andrew. I appreciate you for that. Love you, Alana. What's going on, Andrew? Do you think that women need to be led by men? All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guest, y'all. Let's go to get Landon up here. Yo, these guests tonight have been crazy, chat. Alana, thank you. Lana, thank you so much for that rose. What's up, Landon? Do you think that women need to be led by men?
Okay, so my thoughts on this are, I do not think it's necessary, but I do think men are better at it.
Okay, what?
I said, I do not think it's...
I said, why?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, why?
Why? Okay. I think men generally have, are more adept to be the leader, and when it comes to different leadership roles. Not saying women can't do it, but I think it is something that is more, deals with society and with our genes.
Yeah, so what in a man's genome makes him a better leader?
So like you were talking about, we have testosterone, so we are doing more things that, like violence, acts, and unaliving ourselves. And been in here a while, and I was listening to you and talk to other guests, and I think a lot of them had some good points, but they just weren't delivering it right. Saying with the whole strength thing, that shit probably mattered primitive times, but now that's not what creates a good.
So what traits do men possess that women don't that cause them to be better at leading? Right. Thank you for the heart.
I was getting that. So with risks, men obviously take more risks.
Right, they do, and this is going to be like indicative of men doing like more drunk driving, reckless driving, gambling, and other irrational risk-taking decisions. It's like this notion of taking a risk isn't necessarily going to be a good thing. And then actually, when we look at like what is like commonly deemed as like positive risk, such as like stock market investment, we see women like excelling far beyond men. So when a woman invests in the stock market, which is a risk-taking, a positive risk-taking activity, what we see is them like considering the long term. And while the man, when he invests, he considers the short term. So women actually invest better in the stock market than men. So it seems as if risk-taking proclivity is bad for men, but good for women.
In some cases, yes, but like I said, it's not always just one-sided. I mean, there are no solutions, only trade-offs. So men might have more, risk-taking when it comes to other bad stuff, but they also have more risk-taking when it comes to good stuff. Like, look at wars and stuff. Men were better.
War's good? War's good?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying
war's good? Excuse me? Wait, I'm so sorry. What?
I'm not saying war is good. I'm saying better at it. I'm saying better at war. That doesn't.
Well, actually, when we look at like traditionally like female-led monarchies like queens, they actually had like a higher success rate in war than men, which is funny.
And what source is that? What source is that?
Yeah. Do you want me to get it for you? I don't mind. Wait, I'll post it on my Discord under the sources. Join my Discord. The link's in the bio. So you could like actually read through it.
Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, I'm open. This is a discussion, so I'm open. I haven't read that, so I would like to see it.
Yeah, I'll put that in there. Anything else?
No, yeah, we can keep continuing. I'll look at it. I'll just say okay for right now because I can't find it. But I'll just say okay. That would be a point to you on that.
So then, why are men better leaders than women?
Okay. So another thing.
Jay Royal, thank you so much for the money gun. I appreciate you, brother.
Another thing I would say that makes them, and like I said, I'm not saying it's necessary. I think now we've evolved where women are just as capable as men. But the thing with the IQ,
if women are just as capable as men, then we're not going to see like one gender necessarily being better at leading because of what's in between their legs. But go ahead and make your point.
I don't think it has to do just with between their legs. But another thing that I heard you say that I don't agree with, is women being specifically smarter than men. It's more actually equivalent to each other, with men being smarter just a slightly bit with IQ points. So it's not smartness, but intelligence-wise.
That's not true.
That is true.
What's your source?
You can literally look it up.
Right. So my claim that women carry a IQ, like a higher IQ at the 50th percentile, this is true, right? When we balance the bell curves out, we see no difference in IQ. But then, this overruling intelligence comes from a better performance in academics, higher rates of graduation from university, and then, unequivocally higher EQs. Also, y'all, we're going to restart after this debate and go to a different topic. I don't know why, but my I've been trying to do different topics than, my main two. Appreciate you for that little crown, Pinchy Pete. And, it just hasn't been working. It has not been working.
Well, I'm down to talk about another topic if you're wanting to. I mean, it don't matter to me.
Do you think being gay is wrong?
Okay. Okay, so I don't think it's wrong.
All right. Well, that's actually what I'm going to restart my stream and host. So, Landon, I appreciate you for coming up here, Landon.
Just give me 5 minutes.
Landon, I'm going to restart my stream, man.
Oh, okay. All right, bye.
I appreciate you, man. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and restart the stream to a different topic. I don't know why, but this topic was just an absolute flop. This was an absolute flop. Oh my gosh. It was fun. It was fun to talk about, though. It was fun to talk about. But now I have a better idea. We are going to talk about the morality of being gay. Why is it wrong to be gay? So I'm going to hit a quick stream restart. It's going to take me 30 seconds, unironically. And as soon as I restart, I want all 1,200 of you guys back in the stream, tippity-tapping away on that phone screen. I want to try to get up to 50,000 likes so quick and easy. Right? We need to push it all across the FYP, and the way that we do that is by spamming the likes, spamming, gifts if you can, and then, spamming the comments. We got this. We got this, chat. I'm going to be right back. I will see you all in 25 seconds. See you very